How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, it is ironic that I would come back this day to speak. And we will be getting into the Supreme Court's decision in regards of affirmative action. But what I was really here to talk about, because I've been gone for a while on my hiatus, and I must be truthful with the royal family that there are times that I am greatly affected mentally by the system. When you're constantly researching and reading and things about what's going on in the system, and me being pro-black, I'm going to always, focus on what's affecting us in our communities, that it affects your being, it affects your mental. And so I just been sitting back, absorbing basically negativity. And you have to watch these things because it can be depressing. So as I battle back, and I thank y'all for your patience, I thank y'all for your continuous donations, that I must battle back, because many of us in the royal family have powerful voices. I'm just one of the many. Some of y'all do it the way that y'all do it. I choose to be verbal, and sometimes I have to be quiet and sit back and just really absorb what is going on. So as I keep up with our current events, lo and behold, Supreme Court strikes down affirmative action, something else that will affect us. But I have a different view on this. Now, me being in the state of California, they had put these things in place. And I have often said that anything that this system puts in front of us, we always meet those standards. They want to give the impression that people who have benefited from affirmative action didn't have to do anything in order to get admitted in these universities. You still have to take those tests, and you still have to meet a certain standard that they set. So they strike it down. Well, when they strike these things down, it affects programs, and it affects money going into different programs too as well. They know exactly what they are doing. But what I look at is all the adversity that has been put before us way before affirmative action was set in place. All right? I was thinking about how the Asian community is the one that started all this stuff that happened with the college scandals, where the Asian community felt like we were getting some kind of break getting into these universities. And so they did an investigation. And when they did an investigation, it backfired on them, and found out the white community and the Asian community, the people that are very, very wealthy, were paying for they dumbass children to go to college. And it's still affecting them. And I can pull up articles right now. They the one that opened up these can of worms. And so we know that birth rate in both of those communities are at an all-time low. And a lot of us know these prophecies are being fulfilled too as well. And so now what we're going to be hearing, and I'll be playing a little bit of that. I have a little video that I will be playing on our folks' ignorance, the usual suspects that real quick to jump up and say some of the most ignorant shit I have ever heard in my life. But the state, this is where I want to get to. This is the state that the system want us to go back to. We're not going to go back there. We're not going to go back there. So in your dying system, I want the enemy and the enemy supporters to really absorb what I'm saying. In your dying system, you can strike down and you can put all these adversities in front of the royal family, but we will continue to reclaim our throne. It has been prophesied. But you want to demonstrate that you are a unquote God. And I have often said that they don't believe in Yahweh or they don't believe in God, but then they have a godlike complex. Isn't that ironic? And then there's something that they are asking of us. They're asking for us to go back to this, marching and begging. And we will see facets of that. I never ever supported this type of stuff because for me individually, it displays what we are thinking and what we are feeling and what we are fearing and all these things. And I feel like it's better. It concerns the enemy when you are quiet and you're not displaying or taking a knee-jerk reaction to these things, because we continue to survive. Your master plan didn't work. As I'm speaking, what was supposed to happen was we were supposed to be eliminated from Earth, and we are still here. So even though I'm talking about what affects me in this system, will they being affected too? Oh yeah, and I'll get to all of that too as well. Now what I want to get into, my royal family, I'm going to play audio, and these are the usual suspects, and we will hear our ignorance. And they like hearing these things because it makes them feel like they have accomplished. You ain't accomplished a damn thing. You're still in this system, and you're still being affected too as well. But you want to have some feel-good words from our so-called own. And these are one of the many, which we're going to hear Candace Owens, one of our many enemies, or the enemy's supporters. So let's listen to this. It's about a little over 2 minutes.
Candace Owens celebrates Supreme Court's affirmative action ruling, by John Jackson. Political commentator Candace Owens on Thursday praised the Supreme Court for striking down college affirmative action programs, calling the ruling a major win in the strive for racial equality. Earlier in the day, the court ruled that affirmative action programs at the University of North Carolina and Harvard violate the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause and are therefore unlawful. The decision overturned a decades-long precedent that proponents said helped increase higher education opportunities for underrepresented groups, including people of color. Many liberal voices denounced the ruling on Twitter, while Owens, a prominent black conservative, celebrated the news. Wow. Affirmative action, something I have spoken out against for the last 7 years, has finally been struck down in a historic Supreme Court ruling, she tweeted. This is a major win in the strive for racial equality, removing the bigotry of low expectations against black students, while permitting Asian and white Americans an equal chance to be rewarded for their hard work. Race should never be a factor in deciding whether or not you are qualified for anything, Owens continued. It's a shame it took this long, but finally, justice wins, she added. Make America a meritocracy again. Newsweek reached out to Owens via email for comment. Among the prominent black figures who criticized the court's ruling was former President Barack Obama. Like any policy, affirmative action wasn't perfect, but it allowed generations of students like Michelle Obama and me to prove who belonged. Now it's up to all of us to give young people the opportunities they deserve and help students everywhere benefit from new perspectives, Obama said in a statement. Over the past year, Owens has gained international attention outside the world of political punditry because of her alliance with Kanye West. In October, she appeared with the rapper/entrepreneur, who legally changed his name to Ye in 2021 at a fashion show in Paris, where the duo wore shirts emblazoned with the words "White Lives Matter." She later defended Ye after he received widespread condemnation for comments he made that Jewish groups considered anti-Semitic. As she said in her tweet, Owens has long been outspoken about her opposition to affirmative action. She recently spoke about the topic during a March appearance on the Dr. Phil show, where she said such policies are harmful to the people they purport to help. Owens also made headlines recently by criticizing Juneteenth, tweeting on the day of the federal holiday that Juneteenth is still ghetto and made up. Candace Owens.
All right. So, just a little bit of her foolishness. And only thing Candace Owens is doing is what she usually do, gaslight. And only thing Candace Owens care about, her bottom line, is money. Green. And when it comes to color. We're not fooled by Candace Owens or anything. Candace Owens, I guarantee you this. You will get your nigga moment. And when you get your moment, you will find out you have no allies whatsoever. And what gets me about her and her ridiculous ass statements is like, we haven't worked hard. We built this country on our backs. And take it a step further. The ones of us that could read and write during these times, oh yeah, we kept the books too as well. They used us in all facets, not just manual labor. All right? And I'm not speaking down to the royal family. These are a lot of things that we do know, things that they are not going to ever quote in history. That's why it is our duty and responsibility to tell our true, accurate history. So, as we continue on, my royal family, how I look at what's going down today in this dying system is the enemy and their supporters are demonstrating a fear. They're demonstrating a fear. You know, they want to be looked at in a certain fashion. They want to look grand and great. But when you look into their true history, it's a lot of despair, it's a lot of ignorance, a lot of filth, grime. I have, and many of us on our channels have even pointed these things out. They have a history of filth and ignorance. And also always trying to, which they're even doing now in their history, always trying to put something in front of us to slow us down. So then we see their true ignorance. When you look at this is the bottom of the barrel in America. Why are they concerned about what matters in their life? These country bumpkins didn't have enough gumption or fortitude to get those pearls that they wanted. We didn't affect you. And so you want to demonstrate and cry about that your life matter. I don't care about your lives. All I care about is the royal family, because you have continued to demonstrate who and what you are. Remember, the nature. It's the nature. What comes naturally, my royal family. Keep that in mind. This is innately in them. This is in their DNA. And so what are they fearing? What are they fearing? What are they fearing? What are they fearing? What do they think that they are trying to stop in their dying system? This is what they're trying to stop, my royal family. Pretty much a black kingdom at the end of the day. It bothers them that we will reclaim our throne. Now, even though in the beginning I had spoke of what affects me, or what affects us, but I want to speak on me because I've, been gone for a while in one sense mentally, because me being an empath, and as many of us in the world as an empath, we feel things way before they even happen. And it's a day-to-day struggle. So as I try my best to render my voice and come back, I need the royal family's support, because I know it's important for me to display my gifts, and it's important that you can continue to display your gifts too. I value your words, my royal family. So I want to continue to encourage the royal family and also remind the royal family of the enemy's fears, their constant fears. And so none of this is not surprising to us what you do. What is new? See, this is when you have to just like pull back, when you feel like you are being affected and you know our true history, then you got to say, well, what are they trying to do? First and foremost, they want to shut down our greatness. You can't shut it down. As they go around this globe looking for the fountain of youth and everlasting life. I read this on Facebook many years ago. The deeper you dig, the blacker the planet. And then they cover up the truth because it disturbs them. These things disturb them. So then they depend on in their dying system to put something up to try to stop it completely. You can't stop Yahweh. You can't. We are his children. You done stole from us. You done took our identity. You done killed us, beat us, maimed us. The things that they continue to do. But you can't stop it. You can't stop it. So, keep that in mind. These are the things that we have to encourage each other. We have to also demonstrate to Yahweh our faith. And then we also have to even admit when we are being affected by something. And I just been like processing. And I said, I'm going to keep it truthful with the royal family. I have really had to really pull back, and I've done this before, and it's just my mental, and it's just a day-to-day struggle, because you get to the point in life where you just get sick and tired of people always constantly pounding on you. you know, and I think sometimes we may feel like we have to demonstrate strength all the time. No, allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to process, and then continue to stay, prayed up, and don't feel like you have to carry this weight alone. Reach out to the royal family and say, hey, I'm struggling right now. And I understand what the enemy is trying to do in a dying system. It ain't gonna work at the end of the day, my royal family. So I'm gonna try my best, my royal family, to put up a video every day. I don't want to be gone long and get, so separated from stuff, because it's empowering to me when y'all do render your voice with your beautiful divine words. I really, really mean that. I need y'all to continue to do that. So do what you do, my royal family. Ashe to the royal family.